Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 329, Lamar, Ted Bunny.
We combined Ted Bundy with Bunny.
Yeah, because it's Easter. Or
It's Easter,
yesterday will
happy
be.
Easter. Yeah, happy Easter, yeah.
We have 5 categories to judge this movie with Lamar: story, characters, killer, kills, and sequel potential. Let's get into it. First category. What do we think of the story?
What was it in the 70s?
Sure.
That Ted Bundy was terrorizing the streets, deleting women, but he got away with a lot of it because he was a good-looking dude. Basically, like even at his trial, women came out to support him, but comes across this one woman, and he does not kill her. And unfortunately, she gets pregnant, and then she has this baby, and then years later, a documentary crew comes to ask her questions about it, and then this new spawn of Ted Bundy comes. Ted Bunny and terrorizes the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Though I guess it wasn't a very long movie, but it felt a little long-winded to me for some reason. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But it did have its fair share of like action with it, the kills and stuff. So it wasn't awful. It just felt like it could have been condensed just a little bit.
I feel like, okay, this movie is an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
feel like you could have cut off 15 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
That's what I think the problem is, because we'll get into the other things. But yeah, the pacing, it kind of comes to a halt
Yeah.
at one part of the movie. And then it's just kind of like, well, what are they doing? And then they get back to the kills. But in that lull, you're just like,
Yeah.
we don't need this.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because everything, it's like pretty well shot and everything. It's just kind of like, just move it a little faster. What are you giving it for story, Lamar?
Half point.
Half point, I agree. Our next category, Lamar, is what do we think of the characters?
Well, let's just get this out of the way. We have a legend in this movie, Dee Wallace from E.T. and Cujo. And she's basically the woman, unfortunately, that was sexually assaulted and had this baby. So she plays like a good, crazy mother.
Yeah.
The rest of the cast,
Just annoying people being annoying.
it's not, yeah, it's like everybody is just annoyed to be even doing this. Like
Yeah.
even the documentary people are annoyed to
Right.
be doing this. Then later on, and I don't know why she does this, she gets the help of her friends to come and get Ted Bunny. But these are some of the dumbest women that she could have found to do this show. Like they're terrible.
I guess to me the characters were just like mundane. Like nobody was really likable. Like you said, well, the old lady, like she was good.
She was
a
good. It's Dee
character.
Wallace.
Yeah, but I mean, like the other kind of main characters or whatever you want to say, like they were just kind of mundane to me. It was just like, eh. I'll be generous. I'll say half point.
Yeah, I guess in the name of Easter, I'll be generous too.
Well, speaking of Easter, Lamar, the next category is the killer.
Oh, Ted Bunny. I mean, unfortunately, we have a big dude wearing a mask.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Who walks slow through the whole movie until he gets frightened and then he runs.
Yes.
That was kind of funny to me.
That was kind of funny. I feel like he's imposing, but they
Yeah.
didn't do anything with the bunny. They didn't say anything about Easter.
There was a little bit of a flashback scene where he was, right?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like the idea of like the bunny killer thing. Like you said, they didn't really incorporate Easter or anything. I guess what made me laugh too is when he finally pulled the mask off, how silly the guy looked underneath.
The makeup effects
Yeah.
were as good as they probably should have been, Joe.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you gonna give it for the killer, Lamar?
I'll be nice again at half point.
Yeah, half point. It was all right. Well, our next category, Lamar, is what do we think of the kills?
I did enjoy the kill.
Yeah.
Everything seemed like it was practical, unless I missed something. We get some heads crushed, we get some impalings, we get some different types of kills. It doesn't look too bad with like, how they did the blood and stuff like that.
Well, I say like there were certain things like when they slit the neck and you can kind of see the little prosthetic thing that they put there. But I don't mind that in these movies because they're doing it practical. So I
Mhm.
appreciate the effort more than
Yes.
like the actual end result, you know. But it was like bloody and so I couldn't tell. I have to go back and watch it maybe. There was one effect that I thought was practical, but maybe I have to go back. It was
Hmm.
when they dropped the what was it, some kind of cylinder on the guy's head.
Yeah, I
Was
know what you're
that?
talking about.
I couldn't tell. It was so quick.
It was so quick. Yeah, you can't tell. Yeah. It might have
But
been just where they cut the frames together. I
yeah,
don't know though. Yeah.
but for the most part, like it had some blood stuff. It wasn't like a ton of stuff, but it was all practical, which I really enjoyed. I'm gonna give it 1 point for kills.
I agree. 1 point.
Well, our last category, Lamar, is sequel potential.
No. I really don't like I think this had potential. Like if you would have wrote some stuff with Easter into it and
Yeah,
stuff like that, if you would have, had something with bunnies or something, but it was just,
he's got to be like like going around pulling people's teeth out or something, you know, like
something, yeah, or killing more people with carrots, or have like an
carrots.
Easter basket that he collects like mementos from people he kills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just something.
What if he gets so out of control that they have to go back in time, Lamar, to the
Hmm.
first Easter? You see? And then they find the first Easter bunny ever. And they have to kill the Easter bunny in the past so that the Easter bunny never exists in the present time.
Hmm.
However, that causes a rift of time because without the Easter bunny, like all the teeth just start piling up under pillows. No, that's the tooth fairy.
I was about to say, what are you
What does the
talking
Easter
about?
bunny do? What's he do?
The Easter
He
Bunny
shits in
lays out
something.
eggs,
Oh yeah, he shits eggs.
and let's just be honest, bunnies don't have eggs. There's another reason why the bunny and the egg are in Easter, but I don't know if we can say it on YouTube.
I thought he was involved with the teeth too, like the tooth fairy.
I've
He didn't
never
do
heard that.
nothing. You
Let
know
me
what it
think in
was
my oversized thinking cap.
when I was a kid for Easter? My dad
Yeah.
used to hide Easter eggs, and he would put like dollar bills in them. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why I associate it with money
Oh, because the tooth fairy, you
and the
get
tooth
some
fairy with
money.
money. I don't know. I was just looking
Hmm.
for money as a kid, I think.
Well, yeah. Makes sense.
uh,
Yeah.
what do you give it for sequel potential, Lamar?
I gotta give it a 0.
Yeah, I agree, zero. I'm not really that interested in it. Well, Lamar, we've tallied the score, and this movie gets a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, Joe, I'm sitting here snug in my oversized hat, and I can't think of any reason why it should
Yeah,
be rated anymore. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
What does the people think of Lamar's hat? Put that in the comments section, please, because I don't like it.
Yeah, well, it was basically due to utility because, as people know, I have a bald head and I shaved my
Oh,
head and I cut it.
I
So I
thought it
had to put
was.
something on it.
I thought it had something to do with Easter. What if I go back in time, Lamar, to the point where you were about to cut a hole in your head shaving, and I stopped you so that you wouldn't have to wear that hat right now?
I guess, yeah, crisis averted.
There you go. I would like
Yeah,
that because that hat
yes.
is throwing me for a loop.
I can wear it
I can't
even.
even think straight. I got the Easter bunny confused with the tooth fairy. So I'm looking at this
Yeah,
guy's fucking hat. Was that wrap it up then, Lamar?
it does.
Peace.
Deuces.